Hey Scentsy fans, it's Sarah from Scentsy with Sarah Lynn. If you're new to my channel, welcome. We hope you hang out and join us. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, welcome back. We are rounding up to 100 subscribers. I love you guys. I'm so excited. We are also unfortunately rounding up to the mark where YouTube is going to start putting commercials on my channel. So if you're my first 100 subscribers, you will remember the good old days when you could watch Scentsy with Sarah Lynn. None of those annoying ads, but unfortunately those will be added to my channel shortly, and there's nothing I can do about that. My apologies in advance. But I'm super excited that I'm almost at 100 subscribers. That's so cool. Anyhow, I am pre-recording Friday's What's Warming video just because this week is crazy busy, and I have been warming a lot and loving a lot. So I narrowed it down to some of my favorites. Some of them that I've been warming, whether it was vendor wax or Scentsy, I have to explore them a little bit further and see if I like them. I've also been filming some really good episodes of Scent Scores, which is great. So been busy with my wax, that's for sure. So let's get into it. If you remember last Friday, I had that home party, which was cool. Wasn't a great sales night for me, but it was a great shopping night. I did get a substantial amount of my Christmas shopping done. But at the home party, I definitely wanted to feature some of my personal favorites and ones that I thought that customers would love or the guests would love. And a lot of them, the first thing they asked me was about the holiday bricks. So the first one I warmed was cinnamon chai latte. I did a spotlight video on this. You can see it in my playlist. Oh, I love this now. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't a super huge fan of this when I first started warming it. On cold, it smells great to me, but for about the first 24 hours that I was warming this, I was really not a fan. The scent notes are a soothing sip of cardamom, cinnamon stick, grated nutmeg, and steamed milk. I think it was the steamed milk that I didn't like. I literally can't get enough of this. I find myself quite often emptying out my warmers this week and being like, oh, we could just use one more cube, just one more cube. It's so good. And at first I was also a little kind of worried. I was like, oh, I can't believe I ordered 3 bricks of that. But I am happy. You will see the rest of my bricks in November Scentsy Haul Part 2. Along with cinnamon chai latte that night, I also warmed pumpkin cinnamon swirl, and I know I've discussed this 10,000 times. The scent notes are fresh pumpkin, garnished with cinnamon stick, and a dollop of whipped icing. This is so good. So that night at the party, these were warming like in the same general vicinity. So at the end of the night, the wax was still perfectly good. I poured it into one another and made the best mix. I absolutely loved it. So I was warming huge chunks of this all week, blended together. It was amazing. So that was pumping pretty much in every room of the house this week. Next one. In the baby's room, I have been warming Jammy Time. The scent notes for this say drift into dreamland with this soothing blend of baby freesia, lavender, and sweet pea, great for all bedrooms and baths. Sorry, those were my notes. I think this is great for all bedrooms and baths. Scentsy notes say something about kids because it is in our kids line. But please don't let that deter you. Like, this is a really great bedroom bar for anybody's bedroom. It doesn't have to be the kids. I love this in my bedroom when I've had a rough day, especially like nights like tonight. I have like the worst tension in my shoulders. I know my posture is atrocious, and that would probably be part of my problem if I just sat up and not been such a slouch. But I also have a lot of stress going on, so my back is just killing me. Jammy Time, I love it. So I might even pop this in my warmer tonight. I'm not sure. This is really nice. It's perfect. And those scent notes make you think like baby freesia, lavender, and sweet pea, that it's going to be like disgustingly floral. It is, granted, but I think it's the perfect amount of each, and it's so light. I think I did scent scores on this. This was one of my very first scent scores too. It is a top performer and lasts forever. A little bit of spoiler alert that I've heard through like all of the Scentsy vlogs, blogs, whatever that I follow. In January, Bring Back My Bar, the people voted for Fuzzy Blanket, and a lot of people are complaining, and they're like, it's exactly like Jammy Time. Can't believe it won. We already have Jammy Time. So just out of curiosity, I looked up the scent notes, and the scent notes for Fuzzy Blanket are lavender, sandalwood, and sweet honeysuckle. So I'm going to be very curious to see. I'm going to order Fuzzy Blanket and maybe do a wax wars on the two of them together, which I think would be kind of cool because a lot of people say that they're the exact same bar. But based on those scent notes, how could they be? The only thing that they have in common is the lavender. So we'll have to see. I've also heard a lot of people say that they can't smell or detect sandalwood, or that like sandalwood is just kind of like vanilla. It's just a blending scent. But even still, I can smell sandalwood, and I know that I can identify the smell of honeysuckle. So Jammy Time doesn't smell like sandalwood or honeysuckle. So I don't know. Probably just the exact same lavender, but we will see. Stay tuned. In January, I will definitely film a wax wars of these two against one another. So yeah, this has been bumping in the baby's room, which has been awesome. The other thing that I recently put up in the baby's room is Scentsy's Just Breathe. The last probably 48 hours, she has started to have a little bit of a runny nose. Just Breathe, scent notes say, breathe deeply, a soothing eucalyptus, zesty lemon, and a melody of mints, comfort, and rejuvenate. Tatum loves this. Just Breathe year-round. She warms this in her room a lot, even more so in the summertime, I think, than in the winter. She's a weird duck. She loves it. I put it in the baby's room. Her nose has stopped running this evening, but I highly doubt it's because of this. It's just a really nice fragrance to have around when you are feeling a little bit congested at night. So might be a good idea to pick up a 6-pack for the cold and flu season. So, in Grace's room, my middle daughter, she has been warming just straight up pumpkin cinnamon swirl. She loves this one too. I think she's finally getting in the mood for a few of the seasonal scents, but very rare. Usually she'll warm it for a day or two, and then she's right back to her cotton candy cookie or her bubble gum or whatever. In the bathroom this week, I have been blasting Luxe Vanilla. I know I've discussed this one on my channel before. I do like this one. The scent notes say soft tones of musk, cyclamen, and jasmine blends with the delicate scent of vanilla. I do really like this. This is like the perfect bathroom bar. I just don't like the name. I don't know. The name doesn't suit the fragrance to me, but it is really nice. It's very floral. You definitely get a little teeny tiny bit of musk. I just wish it had a different name, or I just wish it had more vanilla and less floral to it. But either way, it's still amazing. It's a ridiculous good performer. Like, this lasts for days in my bathroom, and I leave that little mini plug-in on 24 hours a day, non-stop. I only have to change these probably every 72 hours. So 1 cube every 72 hours, I think that is definitely a great purchase. And if Luxe Vanilla ever came back, would I buy 10 of them? Probably not, but I wouldn't mind having 3 or 4 of these in my stash, just because I like it. It's really nice. In Tatum's bedroom, Miss Tatum, my teenager, she has been into my vendor wax, and she is loving Southbound Soap Company's pumpkin spiced cider. If you watch my very first multi-vendor de-stash videos, there's 3 of them. Those boxes were ginormous. Oh, Southbound Soaps is one that you don't hear an awful lot about. I think that they're a very underrated vendor. Like, I don't know, everything that I have so far from them, and not that I have a lot, I only have about 5 or 6 different fragrances from them, knock me out of my socks. Let me tell you, these, I've never smelled something so good. This is probably my favorite spice cider scent of all time. The scent notes on this say apple cider, pumpkin, and fall spices. But it's probably, and warming it gets even better. It's amazing. The pour date on this was August 26, 2017. So I don't know if Southbound Soaps always smells this good or if it's because it has had quite a few months to cure, but this is phenomenal. And I think I'm going to start hoarding these or searching the de-stash groups for more pumpkin spice cider because I only have 3 little pumpkins left. And hide those from Tatum. Last but certainly not least, the second vendor that I have fallen in love with is Vintage Chic Scents. This is amazing. This one is called Tara Will Never Go Hungry Again, and this one was actually poured November 23rd of 2016, so this has had a year to cure, and this is a banger. So, like, Grace was laughing. She's like, these have the silliest names. So, if you're wondering what fragrance Tara Will Never Go Hungry Again, or what Tara's hunger smells like, absolute deliciousness. I would have never guessed by smelling this bag. Like, with a title like that, if you didn't give me scent descriptions and just let me smell this bag, I would have no idea what was in it. But it is phenomenal. So it came with 4 of these discs. I've actually got like, Vendor Wax is so pretty. All these pretty little rosebuds, shapes, hearts. Oh, this one is delicious. So the scent notes, when I looked them up, I wanted to gag. Seriously. The scent notes say wild berry mousse, marshmallow, and zucchini bread. If you would have just showed me that, like those scent notes, I would have been like, pass, I'm not spending my money on that. I absolutely love this. I am so happy I didn't look it up before I agreed to purchase it in a de-stash. This is to die for. I am already doing ISOs in de-stash groups looking for more of this. Vintage Chic Scents, VCS, Tara Will Never Go Hungry Again. Just absolutely deliciousness. You have to order this. I am savoring this and warming it every night while I'm just relaxing in my bed, reading my book. This is what's in my warmer, and it's fantastic. I will start hoarding that when I'm about down to half as well. So, Zucchini Bread and I just, when I started looking at Vendor Wax, I'm like, what is with this zucchini bread trend? People seem to love this in Vendor Wax. And I even looked through Google to see if Scentsy ever made something in zucchini bread flavor. Like, who wants to smell that? Apparently I do, because it is delicious. When I first opened my vendor de-stash, I didn't know what to warm. So I was like, okay, well, let's start with what I think I don't like. And I had a half of a bakery bag of Sassy Girl Aromas, sweet pumpkin, sugar cookies, zucchini bread, and vanilla bean Noel. Some of these titles are just ridiculous. And what I've also noticed about Vendor Wax, oh, I'm pouring mess all over the floor, is that they have these ridiculously long titles, but you can only cram so many fragrance oils into something before it just all starts to smell like a blob of something. And I think sometimes, and this is just from my experience so far, that they put so many different fragrances into it that you either only get one or two, or the scent becomes so complex it's unidentifiable. Do you know what I mean? With this one, sweet pumpkin and zucchini bread were the only things that I could smell. And Sassy Girl Aroma's version of, or her idea of sweet pumpkin, and I don't find this sweet at all. So I started, and this bag was quite full. There was like 4 or 5 big chunks like this, and this is all I had left because I thought I would hate zucchini bread and wind up packing this up and de-stashing it or giving it away to somebody who did like it. But apparently, between this and the Vintage Chic Scents, Wildberry Mousse, ew, and zucchini bread, clearly, time and time again, I keep proving to myself that I don't know anything. Like, I should literally just start letting all of my customers order my Scentsy and then just picking random titles off D-Stash groups and ordering it, because everything that I think will smell gross turns out smells amazing. You know, it's very much like my experience with this bad boy. That frothy milk or steamed milk note just grossed me right out to high heaven. Now I love it. So, you know, sometimes you just gotta warm it and try it out. And yeah, give it the benefit of the doubt. So that's it. That is what was warming for the week of November 17th. I have admittedly been warming a heck of a lot more than this. How could I almost forget the best one? Sorry, it was buried. The other thing I have been warming is finally, I got my hands on the sweet plum pastry. Oh my goodness, and I have been warming this very sparingly. I've used 2 cubes so far. One is currently in my warmer and turned off because I want to savor these bars. I just received 2 sweet plum pastry bars in a random act of kindness from my friends in Saskatchewan. Oh, this is amazing, and I finally get it. Like, I have been searching for Scentsy plum scents, like Pretty and Plum, Country Plum, trying to figure out or see if there's like an imitation Scentsy or Scentsy sweet plum pastry. There's not, because every plum scent that I've tried so far, I was like, ugh, I don't like that. Ugh, I definitely don't like that. Sweet plum pastry is one of a kind, and I have no idea why Scentsy got rid of this. Everyone and their brother is all the rave about this. If you watch Mr. Kong's mom, Lisa Roberry's channel, John Sparks' channel, like, everyone talks about this. Scentsy needs to bring this back. You know what? I know it's not necessarily a winter scent, but I would have been happier than a pig in you-know-what if Scentsy had released this in a brick. I would probably buy 20 of them. For now, I just have to savor the 2 bricks that I have. Well, now 2 bricks and 6 cubes. So good. The scent notes on this are black plum and toasted coconut garnished in a marshmallow cloud. I didn't really think that I was a marshmallow fragrance fan. Sweet plum pastry has definitely changed my mind. I smell plum, but I think because it's mixed with the toasted coconut and the marshmallow, it is so nice. Absolutely love this. Scentsy has to bring this back. Ugh, Scentsy would make a lot of people really happy if they brought this back. One of my subscribers suggested mixing this with apple butter frosting, which I think I'm going to definitely try. But if you also watch my Scentsy D-Stash, like the good portion of my Scentsy D-Stash, I received a retired bar of Scentsy's Crumb Top. Oh my goodness, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. So the end of November, I will have the most delicious monthly mixers video ever. Anyways, this is going on 20 minutes now for one What's Warming video. I have to go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, smash that bell above for future content notifications, and I look forward to bringing you videos daily. Bye for now.